That's right, I'm doing another Porsche video because today we are here at Porsche of Lincolnwood for their Cars and Coffee, and of course it includes many Porsches, but many other cars as well. They're not exclusive to Porsches. I mean, look at these two R8s right there. The Rogue R8 is pulling in right now. It's such a fantastic car. And yeah, a lot of amazing cars here today. It's gonna be a great time today and I hope you stick around. And before the Porsche festivities can begin, off goes a CLK Black Series. Do love this car.
Careful.
And now that we're at a Porsche Cars and Coffee, let's look at some Porsches. I really like this 997. It's a C2S, I believe, with the factory aero kit. It's got Workmeister wheels that look just insane. Very cool car. I make it no secret that I really want a 997 at some point in the future. Maybe I'll have to pull the trigger at some point. Who knows? And next to it is a very nice 991.2 GT3 RS. I quite like these cars too. And those wheels are cool. Are those rotiforms? They might be. And speaking of GT3 RSs, here's a 992. One of a few here today, but I like this one because it's the gray with the blue wheels. Definitely an interesting spec. Not necessarily how I do it, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And also pretty cool, one of a couple here today, a GT2 RS, the previous generation one. This thing is just awesome. This dark gray with the gold wheels, red Alcantara interior. This thing is a very classy spec. And while the GT2 RS is a loud car, it is very refreshing to see one in just a really luxurious, elegant, even subdued spec like this one. And it just looks really cool. And while we're continuing on with the GT3 RS theme, here is yet another 992. This one's in GT Silver, and it is very dirty right now. So that is pretty cool to see a 3RS being driven and enjoyed like this one. Now, this is cool and all right. It's the newest, the latest, the greatest 911. This is the car that everybody's after right now. Everybody lusts after this car, and it's an incredible piece of technology. But if I were to get a 911, especially a brand new one, I think I'd get this one instead. This emerald green Turbo S with the PCCBs. I'm not sure if this is a wrap or PTS. I'm inclined to say that it's a wrap, but even so, it looks so gorgeous. This color fits the car so perfectly, and the spec is insane, not just outside, but inside as well. It's got the gray leather with the black surrounds, got the yellow stitching to match the calipers. This is a very well done spec. I love this car. Black badges, blacked out diffuser. This thing looks super cool, and I just need to have this car in my life. This or a Dakar. I think those are my two favorite brand new 911s. I don't know, we'll see. And also making the case for 992s I absolutely love is this GT3. Initially you would think it's a touring. All right, Mr. Cayman. Now, initially you would think that this is a GT3 Touring, owing to the fact that it doesn't have a swan neck wing like a GT3, but this is a wing delete GT3. And you can tell by the ducktail here, the Tourings did not get this, they got active aero instead. And putting a ducktail, or keeping the ducktail in the GT3, just looks amazing. I think removing the swag neck gives the car a completely different look, completely different character, makes it a lot more classy, and I think it just looks amazing. This thing is super cool. And if you like actual Tourings, well, here's one in red. I think this is Guards Red, very nice. Alongside some more GT3s, including this wrapped 991.1, not an RS. This is a black 992, and yet another GT3 RS over here. Gray with the red accents, looks super cool. And over at the dealership, we have yet another GT2 RS. This one is in white, looks kind of basic, but I like it quite a lot. And a, I believe, Python green GT3 or Signal green. They're all pretty much the same to me, but the silver wheels definitely sells the spec, along with the silver stripes and decals. Looks very cool. And next to it is a nice Targa. And here is yet another GT3 RS, a 991.2 in yellow with these silver calipers, looking quite nice actually. Third gen making a lot of noise, God bless. As alluded to earlier, there are also some non-Porsches here. Andy, what color is this?
Verde Scandal, I believe.
Verde Scandal, Huracan Evo with a matching interior, looks very nice. Very decent spec. Haven't seen this car around before. It's got a nice Urus and a very cool Gen 4 Viper as well. Don't see many Gen 4s around. And here's a car I also really want in the future, a 4.3 V8 Vantage. Drove one of these earlier in the year and I absolutely fell in love. This particular car is a sport shift. I personally prefer the manuals, but I think this is one of the greatest exotic car deals on the planet. This thing is super cool. Plenty of BMWs here, like this really cool E30 convertible and a Dakar yellow E36 M3. Super cool, Sao Paulo yellow. That's a F80, that's an M3. I thought it was an F82 for a second, but look at those wide hips back there. That's how you can tell it's an F80. Very nice E39 as well. And here's a 50R G80 M3. I love this color, reminds me of the E92 GTS, and orange on BMWs just always works. Love the CSL style grille on this thing. I also love the carbon roof. I think that is a must-have on an M3 or any BMW product. In fact, I think the carbon roof just makes it look so cool, and I do like these M3s a lot. I know these are very controversial, especially in bright colors, but my goodness, they are good cars. And look at this M3 as well. Fully white, whited out in places where it usually isn't, and in the interior, red carbon bucket seats. These are a very expensive option, but a very cool one nonetheless, and well, white with red always works. And just look at that rear bumper. The little painted details there just add so much to this spec, where it's otherwise it would be just a white M3. It looks very cool. Here's a Supra on a big tire. So that's how you know it's stock. Makes 14 billion horsepower. And off goes this 3RS. Quite a nice spec. And here outside the show, an ultraviolet 991.1 3RS. This is one of the launch colors of the car. Now it is a PTS color on newer 911s, but this is one of my absolute favorite colors for these cars. This was actually the first color I ever saw one of these cars in back in 2016 when they first came out, and it just looks spectacular. Love this generation of car. So that was a Civic. It's way too loud, as per most Civics. That's probably the most quiet Civic here today, because there are a lot of idiots going on right now, but that is about it for today's video. Bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to get something out. Lots of cool stuff coming up though, promise that to you guys. And if you did enjoy this video, and I think Andy enjoyed this video a lot, remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, don't dislike the video. Please like the video, please, please. I'm trying to get monetized this year. That is my new goal, and I think it's possible, so let's see if we can make that happen. That would be absolutely fantastic. But until next time, guys, this was me, Patrick, the King of Cars. Thank you for watching. Take care. Just stopped for Dunkin' on the way home, and there's yet another GT3RS. Black 991.2 with gold wheels. Very GT3RS themed video today.